halfway through, she started trying to pinch my nipples and poke my belly button. So I was legitimately blocking.
Welcome to Uber Spicy, the hot new spicy food challenge in a car. Today we have a special guest with us, comedian Emmanuel Vera with us. Welcome to the show.
Hello.
Thank you for being here.
You're welcome.
How are you with spicy
I'm doing well. I like spicy food a lot, so I was kind of looking forward to this.
Okay,
I've
awesome.
not had my lunch. So,
Yes, first
so this one is...
we're starting off with is sriracha, coming in at 2,200 Scoville units. Down the hatch.
Sriracha.
Cold nug.
Piping hot, fresh out of the oven.
All right, let me explain the rules of the game. So we got 6 sauces, sauces 1 through 5. You can have all the liquids that you would like. On the 6th nugget, sauce number 6, to win the prize, you have to go 5 minutes without any liquids to win the 5 minutes of fire challenge.
And what's the prize?
We don't tell you.
Shit, now I'm going to do it for sure. See if I can do it. I don't know. What was the name of the sauce? Hellfire?
Hellfire Doom.
Yes, Hellfire Doom. We'll see what happens.
Sauce up is our very own uber spicy original habanero hot sauce. The Scoville rating on this one is unknown. Down the hatch.
Habaneros are my favorite.
All right, Emmanuel, first off, congratulations on your engagement. Woo!
There you go. Yeah.
Mhm.
Thank you very much.
Second off, tell us about being featured on Comedy Central.
I don't know why Nate Ford put that down.
Not true.
Absolutely not true.
Awesome. Because I was like, wow, that's amazing.
I walked past their studio once.
Did
and
you?
I was asked to leave. It was
That
amazing.
could be enough.
Okay.
A credit's a credit. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
Featured.
That's funny.
Yeah. No, Nate Ford was just, I don't know, he spiced it up a little.
Yeah, what the heck?
Yeah. Thank you, Nate.
Go on then. Next up is Tierfing's Curse coming in at 99,000.
What's that called?
Tierfing's Curse.
Wow.
Tyrfings. 99,000 Scoville units. Down the hatch.
Down the hatch.
All right, I'm guessing this could be a lie also.
Hey, it's show business. Smoke and mirrors, man.
Toured with Pauly Shore?
It's
It's loose.
almost true.
Okay.
I've opened for him several times.
Okay.
The last time I did go to Catch 'em Idaho to open for him.
Okay. I remember seeing
Yeah.
that
It
show.
was
That's what
super
Nate
fun.
was at as well.
Yeah, I was at the Argos Theater, which it's a small theater, but it's really nice. And it was packed out for Pauly Shore, so I got to do like 15 minutes in front of like 500 or 600 people.
Oh, that's awesome.
And it was one of those nights where all the energy is there. It was
Yeah.
amazing, you know. And then we got to stand in the green room the rest of the night and be ignored by all the prostitutes.
Oh,
You know,
really?
There was only 2.
Prostitutes for Pauly?
Yeah. Well, I don't know if they were prostitutes, but somebody was lining up some girls. But they were like, "Oh, those are just the openers. Get the fuck out of here." We were in the corner drinking all the free beer. You know,
Right.
we're gonna get something out of this.
Free beer, yeah.
Is that something you guys will do again, you think?
Yeah, he's already on the schedule to come back, and apparently he's asked for us. So
Oh, cool.
he likes our style, and we all kind of click really well together. Like Nate Ford and I, we've been touring long enough to where our show is, it's very complimentary. His style and my style, they just fit together really well. And I don't know, Pauly likes it. He requested us, so.
Choice.
Well, we're 3 in. I got a little bit of sweat on my upper lip, but
Nice.
so far so good.
Good.
You've been training, though, you said.
Well, I just like spicy food. But yeah, I've got some ghost pepper sauce I've been putting on pretty much everything.
Okay, good. We're
Yesterday I put too much on my burrito. I did see a little bit of God.
I haven't had it happen, but they say you can get high from really spicy
Yeah,
stuff.
I think I got there. I mean, I was also smoking mad weed, but like that just keeps me sane. You know, like my fiance walked in and was just like, "You okay?" I was like, "Too much hot sauce."
This episode is brought to you by the Lounge at the End of the Universe. The Lounge at the End of the Universe is a woman-owned and operated full-time professional comedy club, cabaret, and venue for hire. Visit them at loungeboise.com for upcoming dates and showtimes. Next one will hurt.
Will it?
This is
Okay.
the bomb beyond insanity.
Uh-oh.
Coming in at 135,600 Scoville units.
That's a big jump. All right, here we
on
go.
the hatch.
All right, if you could tell us about the Masochist comic book.
Well, it's the main reason I'm quitting my job,
Oh, awesome.
is to write this comic book. I've always wanted to do a comic book. That was a big jump.
It's awful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
5 minutes, you said?
On the last
On the last
yeah.
one.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's a comic book I'm working on. I didn't realize this, but I've been basically working on it my entire life. We got my group. Excuse me. That's hot. My fiance and I, we've done another comic book already, and it was just a really short issue, and it was just for fun. But it got purchased by a guy who he wanted all the digital copies for his collection, and so we were like, "Holy shit! We just made money off the comic book."
Wow.
And so this one is called Masochist. It's a club in hell, like a dance club / burlesque place, and it's Masochist, like you being kissed, like. But it's in hell, so like all these crazy people go there, and it's like a brothel kind of, but like you can like get yourself all chopped up and mutilated. It was totally inspired by Hellraiser. So like you go in there and you get tortured and you get all your masochism needs met. You can do anything because you're already dead in hell.
Yeah.
You'll chop off your arms and pull out your eyes and all that stuff. Or you can vice versa. You can buy someone and chop them all up, you know. But it's a special club in hell where you can regenerate. So like you go there and you get all chopped up, but then you can like take a bath in the Lazarus pit in the basement or whatever, and walk out all squeaky clean. So there's gonna be a lot of like crazy characters, because my version of hell is more like Wonderland, where it's not really hell. You're not gonna see like 666. Satan's not running the place, you know. It's more like Wonderland, where there's just all these crazy, wild characters, you know. My girlfriend, or excuse me, my fiance, is the main character. She runs the club, and she runs the girls, you know. And it's kind of like the Old West, because you know how like brothels kind of settled the Old West, you know, like so it's kind of like that, where it's like you're in the outskirts of hell. This club is way out of town, and it's the only place in hell where you can regenerate, because there's a whole lore that I'm creating about this like gem that Ginger has that regenerates people.
Yeah,
it's the only one in hell. So like everybody wants it, you know. So trouble's always coming her way. So the first graphic novel is going to have a big story arc with like a big villain that gets defeated, but it's going to be set up to be a continuous thing. But like I quit my job to focus specifically on this.
How'd the guy find you guys?
He's this art collector who knows Ginger. She's sold him a bunch of paintings and shit. And he first got a hold of us. We did when the quarantine first started, I was really bored, and I was photoshopping myself into Mortal Kombat characters. And he was just seeing it online, and he was like, "That's awesome." He hit up Ginger and was like, "Would you guys do a photo shoot that's a Mortal Kombat fight between Johnny Cage and Sonya?" And I was like, "That sounds fun," you know. And so we set up a camera, rolled video, and neither one of us is trained in martial arts, you know. But we just did like fake moves, and halfway through she started trying to pinch my nipples and poke my belly button. So I was legitimately blocking, and all the shots came out looking really good.
That's cool.
And I just I photoshopped the energy bars above us, you know, and I photoshopped all the blood. I made it look just like the first video game. And the guy was thrilled. I even threw in a fatality for each character, so there's 2 endings.
Didn't I see something you can buy on Amazon? Is that
the first comic book is available on Amazon.
Okay.
Amazon. Yeah, we sold like 30 copies.
awesome?
Yeah, we got a payment from Amazon for like 25 cents. You know, we put it in the bank, you know. We didn't want to spend it all at one place. But you know, it's more about just being able to say I sold a comic on Amazon.
Yeah.
Like that's priceless to
That's
me.
amazing.
Like, I don't really care about the numbers. But it was all very inspiring to do this graphic novel, you know, and I wanted to make sure it was something that happened with lots of monsters and lots of blood, you know, but also really funny. You know, I wanted to have a lot of jokes in it. And at the end, I want there to still be kind of a moral. Like the main character is my daughter, and she plays like sort of the Alice character. She's gonna get sucked into hell accidentally through some weird, like her and her friends will be fucking with a Ouija board or something.
Yeah.
Like I haven't figured that part out yet,
Yeah.
but she'll get pulled into this world, and the main story is trying to get her back to Earth, you know.
Yeah.
And so instead of meeting the Mad Hatter, she's going to meet Ginger's character, the Red Empress, who runs this crazy brothel, and,
Yeah.
but also is like upstanding because like if you look into it, brothels and shit, like the people who used to run those, like you know, you'll think they're all like prostitutes, which they were, but you know, they helped like forge the Wild West. You know, they helped settle towns, they financed cities, you know, and so kind of want to talk about that too, make it this
Yeah.
obnoxious history lesson for some reason.
Oh, yeah.
What's next? Holy crap.
Next.
Well, what's your review of the bomb so far?
That was a big jump up.
Yeah.
It hurt a little,
Yeah.
but it definitely got the sinuses going.
Yeah. It'll clean you out.
Yeah.
I didn't sweat, but
Oh, that's good.
I got the runny nose now. Sorry about that.
No, it's not.
Next one up
So
is
what's next?
Melinda's Ghost Pepper Wing Sauce and Condiment, coming in at 400,000 Scoville units.
All right, here we go.
All right, I saw on Facebook you in 2019 you were kicking it with Tom Papa at the Egyptian.
Yeah.
Did you open or how did that
I
happen?
worked there.
Oh, cool.
That's a really good one. The flavor of that is really good. It's
Yeah.
spicy, but it's really good.
Mhm.
I used to work there, and when I worked there, I did pretty much a little bit of everything. Because I've worked there on and off for a long time,
Yeah.
and so I've learned everything. You know, I do everything but the books, basically. Like,
Well, okay.
but when like big names would come in, especially if they were comics, my boss knew that I was pretty interested in meeting them. So she would always put me in charge of the green room, you know, and I would just make sure it was nice and clean. There was plenty of toilet paper, and you know, set up like a tea and coffee station. And usually, whatever promoter was working with them would bring in all the food and whatnot. But and then when they were in there and comfortable, I would just pop in every once in a while and be like, "Do you need anything? How you feeling?" You know. And most of the time, they were pretty easy to handle. Yeah, Tom Papa, super easygoing guy. He didn't even have any food. He just sat there and had some tea. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, I got to meet one of my favorite comics of all time, Paula Poundstone, while I was
really?
working there. And like, I didn't get to just like shake her hand. Like, we were kicking it. Like,
Yeah.
like we hung out for a substantial amount of time, and I got to tell her about being a little kid watching her stuff back in the 90s.
Yeah.
You know, like on HBO and shit. Just following her career. Like me and her mom, my mom and her got to hang out, and like my mom took me to my first comedy show at the Egyptian, and it was Stephen Wright.
Oh,
And that was
nice.
when I was a kid, and comedy has always been like our bonding kind of
Yeah.
thing. And we've always loved Paula Poundstone. And so then I got the job, and then Paula Poundstone was coming. So then I got to take my mom to the Egyptian,
wow.
and we got to watch Paula Poundstone. And I got to do one better. I got to take her backstage, and she got to hang out with Paula Poundstone.
That's
for a little bit.
awesome.
Super nice lady. One of the
Yeah.
nicest ladies. She's just this crazy lady. Like, you hear her in the green room talking to herself, and
Yeah.
she's like, huh.
Kind of crazy.
You see her with like 17 cats at home, just like writing jokes. But she was hilarious.
Hellfire Doom.
All right, next
Where?
up is
Hellfire.
Hellfire Doom, coming in at 6.6 million Scoville units.
Dear God, that's a huge jump.
Down the hatch.
Here we go.
It's time for 5 minutes of fire.
All right, let's keep talking. Life is Strange comedy tour. Tell us everything. It starts up soon again, right?
Yeah. Whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, my teeth hurt.
Life is Strange, which is why we named our comedy show Life is Strange, because I'll tell you, going on the road, doing the road comic stuff, some of the weirdest fucking shit goes down. But we're going out on the road again soon. It's just a small tour this time. We've only got 4 gigs lined up right now. We're trying to line up a couple more just to... That's on the back of the throat.
Yeah.
Trying to line up a couple more just to fill in the gaps and just, you know, pay for gas and shit. Whew.
Yeah.
Now, did you guys start this tour?
It's starting to fog up in here.
Yeah. That's normal for
Did you start this over the pandemic?
Yeah. Well, over the pandemic, we worked for a different guy. I had an agent I was working with in Brooklyn who was sending us out on the road, but He's just your standard asshole. Brooklyn Republican white racist asshole. And after 5 years of working for the guy, I was nowhere further along than I wanted to be in the. And he's like he had that kind of mentality where he's like, you work for me, you know. And it's like we couldn't set up our own shows.
Oh, yuck.
He ended up having a falling out with Nate because Nate was just trying to set up some shows. That's it. Like,
I can't imagine a falling out with Nate.
Yeah.
How does
Right.
that even happen?
it's like how do you fucking how you hate a big old gummy
Yeah,
bear? You know, like.
exactly.
Anyway, they had a falling out, and so it made it hard for me to work for him.
Yeah.
And then eventually, I was just like, dude, fuck you.
Yeah.
This is more work putting up with you than money you give me
Right.
with gigs. And so, yeah, we just struck out on our own, named our own tour, and
For you.
wow,
Yeah.
20 minutes ago.
you know, we just do the same thing he did. We just hit up venues, and
Yeah.
you know, we email them ahead of time, and then we call them and say, hey, did you get that email? What do you think? Then, you know, every place has a nice website. You can tell if they've got a stage or not. And, you know, we just go to Starbucks and sit down with our laptops and make it happen ourselves.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
You did breweries, didn't you?
Yeah.
Is that-
We toured through the whole pandemic
Uh-huh.
because everywhere you go, there's a tiny little town with a brewery and a handful of people who don't give a fuck about the
Right.
goddamn quarantine.
Yeah.
And, like, we went to South Dakota and did several gigs, and everywhere we went, they were like, what masks? What are you talking about? And then we get to Colorado, and people are freaking out because we're in our car with the windows rolled up without masks on. You know? But, yeah, we call it Life is Strange because life is
Is.
fucking strange.
Yeah. How long have you done comedy?
The first time I went to an open mic was in 2011,
Oh, cool.
and I've been doing it pretty much ever since. I went to a mic, Oleg Shevchek. I don't know if
Yeah.
he's done this show yet or not.
Not yet.
We'll get him on. He's
Yeah.
pretty good with the spicy food. But he was headlining, and he kept bugging me to go to one of his shows. He's like, come check out my comedy. And I finally went because he was closing out the open mic with like a 15-minute set. And I was like, okay, I'll finally go. And I went as a skeptic, though. I was like, you're not funny. You know, I was like, I'm going to go watch you fail. But yeah, he's a good friend of mine. He was the class clown. Like, I knew he was going to be funny. But
Yeah.
he was absolutely hysterical, though. Like,
Yeah.
he did so well. The audience was loving his performance. And I thought to myself, well, if he can do it, so can I.
Yeah.
You know, and the next week I showed up with like a 7-minute bit ready to go. And then they tell me I've got 3.
Yeah.
And I'm like, shit. So then I get up there and I've just panicked. And it was just like, blah, 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 blah. Mic drop, you know. Got the whole story out. And then the lady was like, you still have 2 minutes. You know? I was like, oh, no, now I have to say something. You know, I was like, oh, what? The adrenaline rush alone. I was like, I'm going back
You're
next
in.
week.
Nice.
Oh, that's really cool.
Boy, we did it.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Emmanuel, you got through the bomb and Hellfire Doomed and survived the 5 minutes of fire. You killed it. Thank you so much for being on Uber Spicy.
What is this? Oh, stickers and shit. Hell yeah.
Here's that. We also have a bottle of
Yes.
Oh, no,
sauce
shit.
as well.
All right, hell yeah. I knew it would be worth it. I could have been sleeping.
Right.
Wants to sleep.
Well, thanks for having me on. That was amazing.
Yeah.
Well done.
And that was fucking spicy.
Yeah.
Emmanuel, thank you so much for being on the show today. And we'll see you next time on
Thank you.
Uber Spicy.
Well, I think they thought I was waving at him.